Done by student loan website Linju found nearly 1/3 of students polled putting their student loan funds towards something other than books, room, and board. Financial planner Dan Hernandez is here to explain. What are they spending it on?
Well, they're spending it on whatever they can. I mean, studies shown 30% of college students took their student loan money and used it on spring break.
Yikes.
Not to mention, various other non-educational things.
And that's sort of setting themselves up for disaster later. Explain that.
Yeah, I mean, as a financial planner, I work with a lot of people that have trouble budgeting and are spending beyond their means, and
Right.
I think that sets the bad precedent. You're in college and you're already spending money that you don't have on things you probably shouldn't be spending it on.
I don't think you get in college, you understand that you really do have to pay that back. Because I remember that time, it sort of just seems like free money because you get this money that's sort of like deposited into your account, or you get a check and you think you have free reign to spend it on whatever you want.
Yeah, it's it's a messed up system. You're trusting college students to do the right thing with
A lot of money.
Yeah, with a lot of money. And the way it works often is they get this money, they're supposed to pay tuition, room, and board, but if you're living off campus, you can borrow more than possibly you need, and then you can spend it on whatever you like.
And then what happens there? If you're borrowing more, you have to pay it back.
Yeah, I mean, this country is already in kind of a student loan crisis.
It is.
Students are graduating from college, and in their lowest earning years, right after they graduate, they're faced with $300, $400, $500, $600 a month payments, and if they're spending that loan money on stuff they shouldn't be, it even, makes the situation worse.
What's your advice, Dan, to people? I was reading an article yesterday. I was telling our intern here. I think it said the best advice for kids right now is to either go to schools that give you the most money or that's the cheapest.
Yeah, I mean, it's become a challenging thing. What's become very popular, state schools, community colleges, have become very popular and are more in demand than a lot of the private schools. Going to a community college for 2 years, then transferring, and some of the state schools have become very good simply because they have their pick of kids because everyone wants to go there because they are the more affordable schools.
Man.
So
I was going to say, when students come in or their parents come in and talk to you, what are you saying?
Well, parents often want me to speak to their kids about budgeting,
Yes.
about trying to be responsible with their money. A lot of credit card companies kind of market on college campuses,
They do.
What they call predatory lending, trying to get these kids to incur debt that ultimately they can't pay and maybe passes on to their parents, but they get the kids to incur this debt.
Man, do they still have those student loan forgiveness programs?
Well, yeah, and that's kind of part of the issue with these students using this money for things other than college.
Yeah.
I mean, you could potentially get those loans forgive depending on the kind of job you have. Some nonprofits, if you're a teacher, if you work in these community service jobs, you can get some student loan forgiveness, which means, as a taxpayer, we're funding some spring break trips.
Man, I didn't think about it that way.
Well, I mean, a lot of these loans are federal loan programs,
Yeah.
and then the loans are being forgiven, based on the kind of job that you have, and, federal loans are being funded by us.
So when I was down in Miami a few weeks ago seeing all the spring breakers, I should have said, I paid for that drink.
That's right. In some cases, you did.
Dan, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right.